What is good, boys? It feels good to be back again. I'm so sorry I keep disappearing for long periods of time. Just got a lot on, have a full-time job, in a relationship, just a lot happening, some changes going on at the moment, but I am glad to be back and we're getting right into another build video today. So we're going to be taking a look at my take on a Luka Doncic build. So without any further ado, let's hop right into it. If you do enjoy the video, please leave a like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. And let's get into the builder. All right, man. So if you are new to my build videos, what I like to do is I like to make the truest, most love-filled build as an homage to the player as possible. So we are going to be 6'7". You're going to go ahead and max your weight out to 230. Now, the wingspan I had a bit of trouble with, right? Because in 2K, Luka's wingspan is listed at 6'8", which is not correct. But if you wanted to do that way you could get a much higher three-pointer. That's not what we're going to be doing. So I have seen a couple of websites and different reports saying he has a 6'11 wingspan. Some say he has a 7'2 wingspan. We are going to take a bit of liberty with that, and we're going to go up to a 7'3 wingspan, and I will show you why in just a second. So firstly, for your close shot here, we are going to go up to an 84, which is good to get you masher on gold. Your driving layup, we are going to go and bump this up to an 88. Now, once we get to the end, I always like to give different variations and changes you can make. You can definitely lower this. The reason I have this so high is because 88 will unlock you the actual Luka layup style. Totally unnecessary. I think you could probably get away with 87, which will still get you all the badges you need. For driving dunk, we did take a bit of liberty with this. Generally, I like to make it as close as possible to their real life player. But you know, it is a little bit difficult in the 2K builder because you still also obviously want to be able to play and be competitive. So for your driving dunk, we're going to go to 75. This will get you some decent badges as well as posterizer on bronze once we get to the bottom. And also 75 just unlocks a bunch of nice player dunk animations. For your standing dunk, we're going to go up to a 45, which is actually pretty exciting because it does also get you a standing dunk animation, which obviously we know Luka's not doing many standing dunks, if any at all. But as I said, you do still want to have some fun and be relatively competitive with these builds. For post moves, we're going to go ahead and up that to an 81. That's going to get you a ton of gold post badges. And obviously, if you did want to go more realistic, you could probably drop the standing dunk and then up the post control a little bit more. Standing dunk is a cheap attribute for our build though. Next is mid-range. We're going to go ahead and up that to an 85. That'll get you a ton of good badges. And then the reason why we went a 7'3 wingspan is we're going to max the three-pointer out at an 80. Which basically 7'3", that's the highest you can go. And having that extra length on your wingspan is good for getting rebounds, contesting shots, all that sort of stuff. So I don't see a reason not to go up that high. Your free throw is also going to be an 80. That's going to get you 3 points on silver. And then so for your pass accuracy, this is going to be pretty high. You're going to get a 91, which gets you essentially everything on gold, special delivery on Hall of Fame. You do only get bailout at a silver. So if you wanted to up that a little bit more, you could definitely go up to a 95 and drop some attribute points elsewhere. Or if you want to go up to a 96, you can get Hall of Fame Dimer, which I think is on his build template. But for us, I'm happy with having all the gold and a silver there as well. Ball handle, we're going to get this pretty high as well. This is going to be an 85. This is going to get you a ton of good animations as well as some good badges. Speed with ball, you're going to go up to a 75. Again, some good badges and animations. Now, as I said, I do like to put a lot of love into these and make them as real to the player as possible while still making them playable. And in creating a Luka build, the defense is not great. I did want to make it as good as possible. So we do at least get a 75 perimeter defense here, which is going to get you clamps on bronze at least. But unfortunately, your interior, your steal, and your block are all going to be at a 35. And then your offensive board is going to be at a 52, and your defensive is going to be at a 60, which gets you rebound chaser on bronze. Obviously, Luka gets a lot of rebounds. For speed, we're going to get you up to an 81, which is good for that silver speed booster. And acceleration is going to go up to 73, which will then get you silver blow by. Your strength is going to go all the way up to a 74, which will get you bronze bulldozer, which is a lot of fun. Now, this is where I've taken a lot of liberty. So your vertical is going to go up to a 70. You can see in combination with the driving dunk at a 75, that will get you bronze posterizer. And then your remaining points you're going to put into stamina at a 95. Now, obviously, as I said, I like to put in a lot of love, make them as real to the player as possible. while also still taking some liberties to make them competitive and somewhat meta so you can take them online. So obviously this 70 vertical and 75 driving dunk, not super Luka-esque. I mean, I have seen him get at least one post. I can't remember who that was on, but that was crazy. But not super common. So you could definitely drop the dunk. I'd probably, if you want to keep it as real as possible, I would probably lower that to a 70 because that still gets you the Luka dunk package. But you can see you lose posterizer and precision dunker. So if you did do that, you can drop that to a 70, and then I believe the threshold for vertical for the Luka dunk package is only a 55, so that would save you a ton of attribute points. And scratch that, I just double checked, it's actually only a 50 vertical requirement for the Luka dunk package. It is 55 if you wanted the DeRozan dunk package, which is also at a 75 driving dunk. So I guess you could lower your vertical down to 55 and then keep your driving dunk at a 75. It would just mean you wouldn't get that bronze posterizer badge. But I think it is definitely worth keeping this. This setup also gets you Daryl Dawkins and a ton of nice one-handed athletic dunks. So I would recommend keeping that just for the sake of being competitive. But again, if you want to be more realistic to Luka, you can definitely drop that to probably a 70. Drop the vertical to around a 55. You can drop the standing dunk, put those points into post control. If you wanted to lower the wingspan, you could put all that into a 3-pointer, get that a bit higher, or you could even up your pass accuracy. So it's up to you. But just going through all the attribute points and maximizing as much as I can. This is my Luka build, so I feel like it's still very close to Luka in real life, and it's showing him a lot of love while also giving you a bit of fun and a bit of meta / competitiveness in the online mode. So if we go ahead and we continue here, you're going to get your shades of. Unfortunately, you don't get Luka, but you do get Brogdon, LaMelo, and Jamal Murray, which isn't a bad group. And you can see it is a Diamond 3 level threat, which to me is spot on. That explains Luka and is the same build name as our Jokic build video if you saw that. However, they're obviously different styles of a Diamond 3 level threat. Now, I haven't maxed this build out, so unfortunately I won't be able to go over the animations, but we can get into the Cyberface. So I'll see you guys in a sec. Now, as I said, I haven't put any VC into this build because frankly, I'm sick of giving 2K my money. I'm sure you guys can relate. And we're realistically not that far from 2K25, so I'm not sure if anyone's still making new builds or whatnot. But if you are maybe new to the game, or if you do want to change up, you have some money to throw around, this is what we've got. So, I mean, first things to upgrade, obviously, I'd consider the shooting. Always consider the shooting. You can up the pass accuracy as well, along with the ball handling and the speed with the ball. Now, I did struggle with this build compared to the Jokic build on what to upgrade first, because obviously you want to do, your physicals. You probably want to up the perimeter so you have at least some defense. The rebounding as well if you want to get triple doubles. And then out of the finishing, I'd probably go the layup first and then maybe a little bit into the driving dunk. Or you can do driving layup and close shot, or driving layup, post control, something like that. So if we go into the appearance, we can have a look at the Cyberface. Quickly, just before we get into that, if you want to accessorize him as close to his real life player, you can set him up like this. Now, the only thing is he tears one sleeve off his compression shirt, so that's as close as we can get, but we have the sleeve to pretend like that's the long sleeve on the left, with full-length tights, medium shorts, scrunch socks, Luka ones, and the headband. I prefer the ones over the twos, so that's that. Now, if we want to go into appearance, you want the face under this guy. I believe the original face had sort of wavy hair, but he's next to the blonde guy and the, I guess, Filipino, maybe I could be wrong, but Asian looking bloke. So we want to go in here, we'll press Y. Now, when you start with this face model, it is a bit jarring because I believe he had darker skin, so we did have to change the skin color. But your hair color, if you want to go parted hard, you make that light brown. For skull, you want skull 1, 723. You want brow 1, eyebrow 6, dark blonde, and eyebrow cutout. Also, I just listened to that new Metro album, part 2. It's going crazy. I don't know if Drake's going to respond or not, but I am curious to see that if you guys are into that sort of music. You want ears number 6, and then you want the following. Eyes 6, blue 1753. We'll go down here. That's 5 and that's 0. And I must say, this is actually a pretty good looking Cyberface. You don't want any face paint. This is one I found on YouTube, so that is always great that it's already up there. Shout out to you if you made this video. There is all of the stats there. Nose 17, cheeks 5 with all those options. Default mouth with the following. Upper teeth and lower teeth, I just go with default. And then facial hair, you want facial hair 49 on light brown with stubble 6, chin 3 with these stats, and then I just went the lightest skin color. You can probably go 1 down, but I feel like he is pretty pale. So that is the Cyberface there. Chest is just all none, and we can get out of there. So hopefully you guys did enjoy. As I said, it is good to be back. I'm going to try and be more consistent. I know I keep saying that, but it is hard when I have a lot of prior commitments going on, and YouTube can't have all my attention as it stands currently. So I'm going to try to keep grinding and posting as much as I can, but you know, there might be some stretches where I don't get to post anything. So just bear with me. I will always come back. Now for next video, I think I do want to continue the series I've started, but I might just try to wrap them up quicker than I initially thought so I can move on to other things. I want to try a different style of video, maybe just talking about the NBA in general or some other content as well. I do have something planned for after this one, which I'm not sure if you guys will like. It's related to another sport that is very near and dear to my heart, which I don't know if necessarily a lot of people that like basketball like this sport, but I do, so we'll just see how that goes. In any case, hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them below. And if you did enjoy the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing. And until the next video, peace out.